Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. Can y'all hear us okay? Miss Karen, I've seen you emailed me. I haven't read them yet, but she did email us today.
Oh.
She had some pictures. I believe it's pictures.
Pictures to share?
Yeah.
Can't wait to see them.
She always finds, like in the tree line and stuff. She got an eye for that. And thank you for always sending them, Miss Karen. We always enjoy them. Hey, Tara, how are you? Can you see it?
Yes, I can see it.
Why is it? It's not on your thing.
I'll click it again. Oh, it went to commercial.
Oh, sorry. Catholic Biker Queen, how you doing?
See?
Hey, Miss Tammy. Lazaria. All right.
We got a good group.
Yeah, we got 9 folks in here.
9 fantastic people.
That's right.
Enjoying a nice Saturday afternoon.
How's everybody's Saturday going? The weather, it's pretty nice here today. It's a Saturday we're not filming, so that's why it's nice. Because if we were out there filming, it'd be 100 degrees.
Or it'd be lightning and thundering and buckets of rain.
Yeah. How you doing, Catholic Biker Queen? Do you drive do you have a motorcycle, or you just like to ride them? I always wonder that. I always forget to ask you that. Miss Lori, how you doing? How's the pups doing, Miss Lori? Miss Kathleen, good to see you. Sweet lady. She's a sweet lady.
Lazaria said it's been hot in California.
Yeah, but y'all's hot's different than our hot, I think.
Yeah.
I remember being in Oregon last year. It was in July. It was hot, but the nights were perfect.
Oh, yeah. And we didn't have AC then, but it was still pretty nice.
Miss Melissa, I'll give you a hug. I always need a hug, Miss Melissa. A little air hug for you. Miss Mary.
And Miss
how are you?
Corrine just joined us too.
Corrine. I haven't seen her in a while in here. How are you, Miss Corrine?
Catholic Biker Queen said, I ride, but I injured my foot, so not this season, maybe in the fall.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Fall will be a pretty time to ride with all the leaves.
See, that's why we need a motorcycle. She won't let me get a motorcycle.
No.
I do want one of those slingshots. Those look cool. Picture us riding around the Smokies. It's fall time.
Tara said 98 degrees outside, and she's hugging her air conditioning.
Whew, yeah, 98 degrees is hot, Miss Tara. That's hot. And see, I think some people think Canada's cold all the time. That ain't the case.
No.
Soul Seeker, how are you? Good to see you. I hope you're doing well down there, and things are, I don't even know how to say it. I guess recovering a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe there's some progress made, but it's, that's sad.
Mm-hmm.
Well, good. So we know we haven't been on for a while doing just a sit down.
Yeah, just a check in, talking about things.
Yeah. So we thought, I think the last one we were in Texas, right? It was before we went to Texas in May. I think was the last.
Yeah, because we talked about the Opera House, and then we did one at the beginning of summer. But it's been a busy summer for all of us, so we haven't had time to sit down and talk about what we've been doing this summer with all the videos and everything we've put out. So we wanted to see, where do y'all want to start? What do you want to talk about? What questions do you have?
Miss Lori said she loves your hair.
Oh, thank you.
Y'all know it took me about 2 hours to get her hair like this. If y'all didn't know this, I do hair. I'm a hairstylist. Y'all didn't know that, did you?
I normally don't wear it like this in the summer because it's too hot and it's not worth fighting my curls. But I think I got about 3 inches taken off, so my hairdresser did it for me. It makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, she won't let me do it. I asked her, I said, I'll save you some money. I'll just trim those split ends up. She says no. Ms. Lori, give the pups our love.
Yes.
I was just talking about your dogs the other day to somebody. Had a golden retriever.
They're such sweet, loyal dogs.
We will be heading to Ireland very soon. Someone asked, Miss Kathleen asked how our trip went. You'll know when we're there, I promise.
Yes.
we'll share as much as we can. It's as much as we can. We will definitely share, and we're gonna
Yes.
try to go live whenever that happens. So, but
Yes.
y'all will definitely know.
Spider Queen said, "Hubby does my hair. He colors it for me. That's amazing.
Oh, he's
And
a
I bet that saves you a lot of money from having to go to the salon."
That's a brave fella right there. I'll tell you that. He's a brave man. Shout out to that guy, cause I'm scared to death to even touch her hair, y'all. I'm scared. I used to always touch her. She had the same curl. Like there's one curl. See, I know this sounds crazy, okay? But she's got a hungry curl. Like when she's real hungry, there's a curl that just gets real curly, okay? But then when she's mad, like she's angry at me, there's a different curl for that. So over the years, it's been 16 years now, and I've learned from a distance, like, okay, hungry curl, okay, we can get away with that one. Angry curl, let's just take a detour around the neighborhood here.
So what do you do when my hair's like this? Do you just walk on the wild side?
Yeah, I risk it. I risk it all. I don't know what's gonna happen. No, I'm just kidding. Uh-oh. Smart man. Yeah, I try to be smart, Miss Lori. I've had a few uppercuts from her every now and then. No, I'm just kidding.
Spider Queen said
about-
he's a finishing carpenter, so he's exact. That skill does help.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
She said, what about a hangry curl? Lazaria, she looks like a unicorn, okay? Just sticking straight up. They do this together, and I ain't coming home. I ain't coming home. But yeah, so I guess we haven't talked since, let's see, we haven't talked about visiting Miss Lori's house and how all that went. If you guys got questions for that, or even the deer in the cemetery.
Yeah.
When we were led by deer, which is just so wild.
Yes.
That was wild.
And sweet little Emma.
And Emma and yeah.
And then the in Austin, the
the
group of ladies.
the servant girl annihilators, and we found out it wasn't all girls.
Yes.
So if you guys got any questions about that, and then also we have some. You guys haven't seen it yet. There'll be a video out this coming Thursday, and we'll have a special guest hanging out with us behind the camera. So you guys stay tuned for that. You probably know who it is. But yeah, we were in Waverly, Tennessee. So
Lazaria was asking Lori, since they left, how has the activity been?
yeah, I think that's a good one to start with.
Mm-hmm.
Whew, what was that?
Sorry.
Oh, I thought I
I
had a
didn't mean to
spider
do
on me.
that.
That was your fingernail.
Sorry.
Scared me to death.
And then MJ said the deer interaction was amazing. And Melissa said, I've cut my own hair for the last 2 years and last month went to Great Clips. I've never been brave enough to cut my own hair.
Victoria, her and her mom, Miss Elizabeth. That's the ladies that said they're going to be in Savannah.
Oh, wonderful.
They live Mississippi, I think. Is it Mississippi or Florida? I can't remember.
Miss Lori said, Lazaria, it's interesting, more peaceful than it was, but boy, oh boy, they really been playing with the dogs. So that's so interesting, Miss Lori, that they're interacting more with the dogs.
They definitely expressed that they love the...
Yeah. So I guess now that you know, they feel more comfortable making it known.
Yeah. We're excited to see her, everybody who's coming to Savannah. That's going to be a fun trip.
Mm-hmm.
Soul Seeker will be there too.
And then...
And we could finally get to meet Soul Seeker, because both times we went to Texas, either it didn't work out for her schedule or our schedule, so now it'll line up.
Yes, it will.
We'll get to meet her. Spider Queen. Yeah, you didn't send any spiders over here.
No. Elizabeth said Tennessee. So yeah, our recent Tennessee videos were quite exciting. We could share the story about kind of the background of what happened with our first Tennessee video with Miss, well, first we said Miss Jane, but then found out she prefers Miss Cheryl as her name.
Yeah.
So we can tell you a little behind the scenes of what happened there that we haven't shared.
Yeah, we could do that.
You want to start, or you want me to? I feel like you're a good storyteller, so you go ahead.
Okay. Well, it's a good compliment. She's never complimented me before like
Oh, that's a lie from down under.
that. uh, you're for you're in for a treat meeting, Soul Seeker. She is my lady defense, so you will be there. I didn't see that.
Spider Queen said, "You are in for a treat meeting Soul Seeker. She is my lady of defense, so you'll be safe. Maybe not from her."
No. Yeah, she's very nice lady. We can't wait to meet anybody. We love
Yeah.
meeting. Whenever we can, we just love seeing you guys. So.
Yes.
But yeah, I guess we can start there if you want, Kelsey.
Yeah.
Are you guys want to start? You want to hear a crazy story? We'll start off with a wild story. Multiple stories. This is a chain of events.
Yes.
That's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So give us a yes in the chat or a thumbs up if you want us to start there.
Yeah, and then we'll work backwards.
Yeah, we can always work backwards or even sideways. They
Tell us.
said, tell us a story. All right, you kick it off then.
Picture this: Sicily, 1921. No, I'm just kidding. That was if you guys Golden Girl fans. That was
Yeah.
Sophia reference there. Yeah. So we were down at. Well, I'll tell you. Okay, we were down at. I don't want to give out who we were with, but we were down in Middle Tennessee, and we were in Cheatham County, and it was the day before we filmed with
A special
a
guest.
special guest in Waverly. So we were just doing our own thing that day, and we go to as close as we could to the location where they found Miss Jane, but what we found out is either Sherry or Cheryl.
Yes.
I believe she said Cheryl, but I'm not. Who knows? It's one of the two. We got as close as we could to there, and where we were at, it was like a park, and they had turned because where they found her was on a creek, like a riverbank, right? Creek
And
bank.
they found her next to a bridge. So it was like a county road bridge. So it was just like a little bridge. And a fisherman had found her in the river, kind of underneath the bridge.
Because that creek where she was at feeds into the Harpeth River. So he was heading to the river to fish, and he saw a body there of a young girl. And so we tried to get as close as we could to that location. Now it's a park, and people launch kayaks there. Middle Tennessee, there's a lot of rafting and kayaking and stuff around Cheatham County and the Harpeth River. So we get there, and when we pull in, there was nobody there. It was an empty parking lot. So we start setting up, and nothing was going right. Like we'd set up our stuff, and our camera would get turned off, microphones get turned off.
Speaker was getting turned off.
Speaker kept getting turned off. We've never had the speaker actually like someone turned off, like they held down the button. We've lost connection before, but no, this sucker just turns off, right?
Yeah.
But we felt very peaceful, right? We felt peaceful, and we had already put it out there to Miss Sherry, Jane, that we were coming, and we got permission. We said, hey, we're going to speak to you. We're talking to her, right? We're setting up. We're ready to go. And all of a sudden, everything started happening. And then we get these cars come through the parking lot.
Just bumping music, real
Just
loud.
blaring music, right? And then they would turn around and leave. And then we'd set up again. And another vehicle would come in. And then the same thing would happen. They'd stop. Of course, we have to turn it off, Then they would leave. This happened about 4 times within probably 10, 15 minutes, maybe.
Yeah. And while all this is going on, like while all the distractions are going on, like we're telling Miss Cheryl, like, hey, just hang out with us. Like, we're going to get through this. We're not going to leave until we get to talk with you. And there was monarch butterflies flying around us the whole time.
The whole time. It was just so many butterflies. Dragonflies. There were cardinals, hawks. We saw hawk. It was very peaceful. It was beautiful, but we had all these distractions. So finally, we moved from where we were sitting, which was these picnic table areas, and we moved over closer to where we parked. And so we sat there and we set up everything, and a car pulls in, right? And a lady gets out. She sees us filming. Where we were at was near the parking lot because we kind of restricted where you could go in that area. So we were set up. She pulls up, gets out, grabs a case of beer, grabs a pack of cigarettes.
Wait, before you get to her,
No,
there was the young woman
no.
first.
Let's do this one first. 'Cause
Okay,
that didn't
sorry.
happen. It happened in
The
order.
young woman happened first, and then the lady happened.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay. We'll go back then. We'll back up. So we
Back up.
moved from the tables where we were at the area to closer to the car. We're in the car. We're getting ready to set up again, and a lady pulls in, probably a young lady, probably college age, 22, 23, and she was going to go walk the trails. She had her headphones in and everything, and she gets out, and then a white truck starts coming through the parking lot, just creeping through. There's two men in this truck, and it just caught my attention. I just had a feeling like, hold on, let's sit here and let's watch this for a second. So they kind of slowly pull in, and then they park at the end of the parking lot. Well, when the girl gets out to go on her walk, the truck starts pulling up. I don't think they realized we were in a vehicle watching this. So when he pulls up, I open my door and step out because he was. How did it happen? I'm trying to remember when she was walking to the trail and the truck pulls up. Yeah. Well, he goes to open his door, so I open my door and I get out, make sure they see me, so they know. Something was going on.
And thankfully, this young woman was paying attention because she kind of saw something was off. And when she saw that they were starting to get out and then Josh was getting out, she turned around and darted back into her car.
Towards where I was at and her car was at. Like she knew. So as soon as I get out, and he shuts his door real fast, and the truck just flies out of there. No license plate, nothing, no marking. They had took it off, so I guess they were having some bad intentions.
Bad intentions. You could
Sure.
just pick up on it based on the way they were dressed and behaving.
Right. Yeah. And so it was like almost like that something was trying to get us away from the area that we were at to begin with, because where we were starting, we wouldn't have been able to see any of that. It was across the parking lot, and there was big trees. We wouldn't be able to see anything. So it was a reason why, it feels like, that's what we think, it was kind of a reason why we were supposed to be back by our car in the parking lot area where all this took place.
Yeah. And shortly after they left, she waited about 2 minutes and then got out of her car and went on the trails. And later I had told Josh, I just feel like it's very ironic that that situation happened because with Jane, she was hitchhiking. There was 2 men involved. So I just thought it was just like almost, I don't want to say foreshadowing, but it was just almost like that same thing could have happened to this young lady. So it was just mind blowing thinking about that in that terms.
And the area, it's outside of Nashville. And Nashville is not the safest city. Let's just be honest. If you look into Nashville and the missing people and especially women that they have found floating down the river and under bridges, there's a lot of darkness in Nashville with all the bars and the Music Row.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just weird because that could have been a story like we were speaking to Jane, right?
Yeah.
That could have been another story like her.
Yes.
It was like we were supposed to move, and who knows, maybe we stopped something, I don't know. But yeah, they flew out of there quick, so.
Yeah.
So,
but that's not it, though.
That's not it. So it was shortly after that, we decided, okay, let's try this again. We waited a few minutes. Kelsey had a couple phone calls, so there was a little time, lapse there. Let's try this again. No one's there now. The girl done did her walk. She done left. I don't think she realized how close she was to possible something bad happening.
Yes.
Because she She didn't pay it no mind. She just got in her car and left.
Yeah.
So by then it was us, right? Nobody's around. I said, okay, Kelsey's done doing her thing. I said, I'm gonna set up the camera. Let's get this conversation going. Let's try it again. Nobody around. All of a sudden, we hit record. We're filming, and a lady pulls in right next to us. A huge parking lot. She parked right by us.
Not
Get
really parked. She kind of slid
Yeah,
in
kind
there
of
at
a
an angle.
right.
She was
Yeah.
kind of angled park.
Gets out with a case of beer and a pack of cigarettes. Sits down, just watching what we're doing. Right.
Sits down on the parking lot,
All,
like next to the tire.
right by our car. Didn't stay in the car. Didn't sit on the park bench. She got to sit right there, with 20 foot from us. And I said, and at this point, y'all, I am so annoyed. I'm irritated. I'm frustrated. We've been out here for 2 hours trying to film one video. One video was just distraction. But it didn't feel like we were like not supposed to do the video. So she sits down and starts smoking her cigarette, drinking beer, And I said, well, let's wait a little bit. So about 30 minutes goes by, and I said, hey, I just want to check on the lady. Maybe she ain't right. Maybe something ain't going.
Yeah,
This
I
could be
mean,
her last drag off a cigarette before she makes a bad decision. You guys get my drift. So I said, maybe we're supposed to talk to her, right? So I get out of the car. I walk around there. And I just I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna say. But I got to say something. So I walk around and I said, hey, how are you, ma'am? Oh, it's too much effing happiness. I'm from Michigan and I'm visiting my in-laws or my family. Yeah, her cousins. It was cousins that grew up in Tennessee. And she's like, y'all are just too happy down here. I had to get away from the happiness. And I'm like, I was not expecting that answer. Like, oh, it's too happy where I'm at. I gotta come get hammered at the park. So, so I'm thinking, man, they must be overly nice. So this lady and I are just talking, and she is just telling me all kinds of things about how she loves Kentucky and loves Tennessee, and how she met a guy from Lexington, Kentucky on spring break, and in Miami, Florida in the 70s. And
she never forgot that man.
she starts telling me details about some things I won't repeat on here. Now, I don't even know this lady's name. I don't know her. But she starts telling me some personal information. So I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm trying to get out of there. And then she's talking to me like, well, have you ever had a walleye? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, well, I brought a bunch of walleye from Michigan. Well, I'm thinking the lady's about to give me some fish because I like walleye, and I'd actually take some fish from the lady if she brought me some. And she told me about how she had all this fish, and then she starts talking about random things. Then she goes back to meeting men from Kentucky. Tells me about another guy, and just gets kind of wild. And I'm looking at Kelsey like, you gotta get me out of it. Like, call me over or something. But she just on her phone, no, pay me no mind. And then I said, okay, man, well, I just wanted to check on you. Oh, I'm much better now. And she wanted to give me a hug. And I'm like, gosh, okay, I'll give you a hug. And I got in the car, and she was kind of still talking, trying to get my attention, but I just pretend I didn't hear her. And yeah, she takes her beer and throws it in the garbage can. Didn't even finish the case of beer. Okay, she just threw it away. Yeah, I was thinking if she drinks all that, like I can't. We can't let her drive. And yeah, that was my story. It was just a wild chain of events.
Well, after her though, once she was up and gone, and we had said a little prayer she'd get where she needs to go safe, because she did consume a lot, and we hope she did. But after she had gone, then the parking lot was empty again, and then after that it was completely still. I mean, there were butterflies, there were still hawks, but it was completely still, and we were able to have the conversation.
And
And
it went smooth
went
like butter.
smooth, like no and more interruptions, no more distractions. It was great.
Yeah, it was wild. It was wild. So that's a little wild story there, but I just thought you guys would want to hear that because it really shows. And I know we were joking and laughing, but it really shows like how powerful the spiritual world is, and
Mm-hmm.
it's really not all just about scares and entertainment and
Mm-hmm.
ghosts and goblins. There's real guidance there, and there's a
Mm-hmm.
peace there, and it wasn't. I felt like it wasn't really for us. It was for this
Mm-hmm.
strange girl that really wasn't paying any attention and
Mm-hmm.
had no idea what could have really happened to her.
Yeah.
It's just powerful to be guided like that, and I think that happens to all of us. I feel like we're put where we need to be
Mm-hmm.
for whatever reason at that time. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, some comments that they said.
Oh yeah, we was going. We missed some comments, y'all.
Um, they were talking about. Well, to answer you, Miss Karen said, I will send the pictures today. There's one that you need to see. And then Miss Karen was saying that she'll listen to music with her earbuds and hear noises in her house. And then Miss Lori said, thank goodness y'all were there. Bless y'all. Y'all saved her. And they said, one girl not missing, and said that you're a lifesaver.
Mm.
And then they had said, what a wild reality check. And then Dave suggested need to have dash cam in your back window, Josh. Have a ID on the truck and at least one man. Just a thought. And then they said, that's wild. MJ said, we love you for your hardships. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
And they said, this is crazy. And then they said, strangers are weird friends. And they said, blink twice if you need help. We do have a code word, so I guess maybe next time if I see you blinking frequently, I should pay more attention and come help you.
Yeah, we've had a code word.
Many years, but we can't tell y'all.
No, we ain't gonna tell you our code, but it started that because I was in a career that I had to really be careful and watch for my surroundings, and not everyone was your friend. So
Yes.
we had to come up with a code so I could say the code word and she knows, let's get out of here.
Yes. And then Miss Stevie said, those Kentucky guys, hard to forget.
Oh, thank you.
And then Spider Queen said, Josh, did you feel your patience got tested and how dedicated you are to getting the show done? He did admit in that moment, he was like, my patience is like gone. So he did good with taking a breath and just riding it out.
Yes, because I was ready to. Maybe it's when that stuff happens, you kind of ask yourself, maybe this is a sign we're not supposed to do this, but maybe it's not meant to be right now. But then it was just I would feel that way, and I would tell her, and then it would be butterflies. I know it sounds wild, but we were surrounded by butterflies.
Yeah.
So it was like somebody was trying to throw us off and distract us or whatever, but somebody else was like, hey, I got a bigger plan.
Yeah.
So
And while we were kind of like waiting for the right moment to talk with who we called Miss Jane at the time, like we were kind of walking her through what was going on. And so we would get on like the spirit box or the spirit talker and would be like, hey, we're just waiting for it to clear out again. Like, are you still here? And she'd let us know, like, she was there waiting, that like she saw what was going on and had asked us to stay. So like we knew she was there and like knew this conversation needed to happen, but we just had to kind of ride out the adventure of trying to get there.
yeah, and it was an adventure.
Yes, it was.
And
so.
she thanked us and said we listened, we felt it. I think you guys probably heard some of that. And they talk about the pool. You listened to the pool, you felt it.
Yeah.
I think that's what she was referring to. Because I mean, we were like, maybe it's 2 hours of just failed attempts for a for a video. So we listened though.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we filmed Mr. Orange's video around there too, and that went smooth.
Yeah, that had no difficulties whatsoever, like no distractions. The camera did get turned off, and then was like a little blurry after that for some reason. So
Oh
that was
yeah,
strange.
the picture. Yes, I forgot about that.
Yeah, but there wasn't any more like people coming up or anything like that. It's just the camera got messed with.
Yeah,
So.
and when it happened, like when the video went blurry, Kelsey's like, "Do you want to redo the video?" I said, "No, we're not redoing it. We're not redoing it. I'll just tell them. I'll let them know that I'm sorry, it's blurry, but yeah, we weren't going for 4 hours. Another 4 hours.
Yes. um, Miss Lori said we were chatting during the video about all the butterflies, and then they said good versus evil. And
Yeah.
the dynamic duo strikes again.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
And while I'm thinking about it, I do apologize we're not in the lives when our videos premiere.
Yeah.
I do feel bad, but we're usually like on the freeway driving home at that point. And you know, obviously you guys want us to get home safe, so we
Yes.
want to get home safe.
But we do appreciate all y'all's support and love that you guys have the live chat going and are discussing the video and talking about different things because we are able to go back and see it. So we do appreciate all of the support.
Yeah, we do go back and read it. So, and thank you for Ms. Tara for all your hard work and patrolling the comments and the lives. Yeah. As we get bigger, you might have to recruit a deputy.
Yes.
Tara.
Right before we started sharing that story, Miss Lori had shared, I can't find the exact comment, but I had saw that she had shared, because we were talking about, it was her house like more peaceful after we had left, and she had shared one day when she was in the shower, she had like heard the dogs and she looked out and someone was playing with them while she was in the shower.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, they express how they love the dogs. So. Especially Mr. Tommy, I could see him out there playing with them.
Yeah.
And they like that vacuum, a little robot vacuum. That's fun.
Yeah. And then let's see.
Oh, by the way, the orbs in those clips that Miss Lori sent, like the vacuum, that was wild.
Yes.
That was really wild. Or in the fog, just moving like that.
Miss Melissa said, next time y'all are over my way, we can meet at the library. And then they were talking about.
Miss Melissa, can you? Because I've been wondering who it is, and then randomly you'll say, "Oh, she lives nearby." Miss Melissa, could you email us and let us know exactly where you're at? I can never remember if you're in Kentucky or Tennessee, and then I know we got a few Melissas that are around the area here, so I just. While I'm thinking about it, I wanted to ask you if you could do that. It's anywheresouth1@gmail.com. Or if you're on Instagram, you can give us a message there. That'll probably get to us a little quicker. And that's Anywhere South on Instagram. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. I was scrolling back through to see if I missed any like questions or anything I needed to share, but I didn't see anything else. I got mentioned most of it on here. There weren't any new questions, so.
Also, I see Miss Marcia in the comments. I don't know how to do it, so I'll tell her to do it. But Miss Marcia, if you're able to, could you post the link to your book, your Amazon link?
Yes.
She has the book. Where's it? Do we have it out here?
Here. Let me set this down.
Let me get it.
I'll be right back, y'all. Hold on. Let me slide off here.
I think it's over on the thing. Sorry, it's over here.
Yeah, just right
I wanted
here.
to show her book.
Hopefully there wasn't a bunch of noise as I was moving around. Sorry about that, y'all. But here is the book. You want to hold it up? Can y'all see?
If you guys see that book.
And then show them the back too.
And here's the back. Now, y'all, I want you to know something. This is like a peaceful ghost story for children.
Yes.
It's about her grandchildren, dedicated to her grandchildren. And, it was neat because when she sent this to me, and then we bought one, and she told us that our our videos helped inspire her and encourage her to write something, and that's a huge
That
compliment.
is.
And though I don't really read, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a fan of reading, but I read that whole book and I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Kelsey, I said, you're going to have to read it to me tonight. She said, no, you got to read it by yourself. And I liked it. I liked it. It was a good book. So,
It was. I feel like even though it's written for children, like even if you're grieving yourself or like had a recent loss, like it's a very comforting book, even
yeah,
for adults.
for sure. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, or if you lost someone and you have a child who's struggling with it,
Mm-hmm.
this might be a good one, a positive book to kind of take a little bit of the sadness or the eeriness
Mm-hmm.
feeling out of things like that.
Yeah.
Someone passing or spirits around or things like that. So, I, hopefully, Miss Marcia knows how talented she is,
Yes.
and hopefully, this could open a new chapter for you, Miss Marcia.
Mm-hmm.
Give you a good positive outlet to just express whatever you want to express and write. So
Yes.
hopefully it turns into something. But definitely, if you guys want to check out her book, if she can't post the link, I will put it in a community post.
Miss Kathleen said, "Say the title again."
Yeah, yeah. Go to Amazon, just type that in, it'll take you there. I think it's
Starlight Visits.
Starlight Visits,
Yeah.
and it's only like $9. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
what something cool like this that you're really gonna enjoy and you can share to others for $9, or you can't really do that too much anymore for $9.
Yeah. I'm glad we were able to share that on here today.
Yeah, me too. I would say $9. That was the best $9 I spent, but our first date only cost me $9. That was a good one.
She said, "I wrote it for my children and grandchildren."
Yes, and you did a amazing job, Miss Marcia.
Mm-hmm.
Victoria, how are you, ma'am? All right. Anybody got any more questions about some of the videos we've done in the
Um,
last few?
Miss Kathleen said, "Videos are great after you've edited the voices."
Oh
Oh,
yeah, what putting the words on the screen?
mm-hmm.
Yeah, it makes it a lot easier for sure.
Yes. So yeah, definitely let us know if y'all have any questions about just videos we've done this summer. Anything you're wondering about that you've seen recently.
Yeah.
We'll give y'all a minute to respond
And
here.
we're hopefully you guys enjoy the different kind of videos, kind of
Mm-hmm.
whether you're in a cemetery or at a location. You
Mm-hmm.
guys like to mix. It seems like you guys do, and then kind of mixing in some investigations, and then of course the home visit with Miss Lori
Mm-hmm.
and Mr. Tommy and the family. So
Yeah. Sarah said, "How do you not cry after speaking to these people?" Well, I can say for myself, there is stuff behind the scenes that y'all don't see. So sometimes I do cry. Sometimes I'm speechless. And it's funny because we do go back even after editing, go back and like watch it as if like y'all watch it, and watch it from start to finish, like with the intro and everything done. And I still get emotional about it sometimes, even though I was there, I was a part of the conversation. I still like feel it and go through the roller coaster, even after like being there for the conversation.
yeah, me too. It's interesting because since we've started this, we've felt stronger feelings more and
Mm-hmm.
more. Like I mean, we pull up to a place and it's like automatic. Like I feel sad or I feel like foggy.
Mm-hmm.
Like we don't see a whole lot, but we really
We
feel.
really like we feel very strongly.
And that's been happening since we were dating, but we
Yeah.
just didn't know that. Well, we go into a place and just feel like I feel like we need to say a quick prayer for somebody here,
Mm-hmm.
and so we just do that and go on, and then that's been happening more and more, and
More
it's stronger.
intensified.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. Uh, what was the question?
Well, she was just saying, Miss Sarah was just saying, how do you not
Oh,
cry after speaking to these
okay. Sorry,
people?
I get off
So we
track.
were just like talking about how like Y'all don't see it, but we do get emotional
Yeah,
sometimes.
definitely, for
Yeah.
sure.
And then Miss Tara said, definitely enjoying the variety. Um, Lazaria asked, with the necrophonic and sono, which have you noticed more responses that seem spot on? I think it depends on the type of conversation we're having.
Yeah, yeah. It's wild because I know people say the necros creeps them out or whatever, but I mean you can't deny that some of the responses and clear responses that we've been getting.
Yeah, it seems like if we're trying to have like a one-on-one conversation with someone, the necro can be very effective because it kind of shuts down some of that extra like noise or distraction, and it seems like the spirits are more able just to be kind of like one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
But then with the sono, it's great if you're trying to talk to more than one person, or you're doing like a group conversation, or you're just trying to figure out like what is going on, in this environment, or like where we are. That can be a little bit more helpful than the necro. So it just kind of depends.
We enjoy doing the sono with multiple a group.
Yeah.
But we do like to switch it up too. That's why you'll see, and you'll within the next month you'll see a more mix of that as well.
Yeah. Tara had said necro is creepy but clear at the same time. It reduces the background noise.
It does, and also when they're saying kind things, when they're thanking you, even if it sounds creepy, I mean, it kind of takes the sting out of it a little bit of the
Yeah.
creepiness, you know.
I
So,
think I've mentioned it on here a few different times, but I really got on board with the necro, because at first I had felt the same way, like it's really creepy.
well, you didn't want it. You
I
said
didn't
don't
want it.
download it.
I didn't want him to download it. Like, I wanted nothing to do with it. But then what really changed me was going back to the Savannah Theater where we were familiar, and with little sweet Ben, when he came on there and was talking with us. And I know like how sweet Ben is from previous conversations we had had using other spirit boxes. When he was on there on the necro, that really changed it for me, because
Yeah.
I'm like, it's still Ben, it still sounds a little creepy, but I know Ben and I know this is okay. So he really changed my perspective.
Yeah, that and like when we hear our spirit guides come in, you don't
Mm-hmm.
hear them as much as that as
Yeah.
on this one, but they do come in, and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you'll hear them. Now we have talked to Walter off camera and Rosemary and asked about that, and they confirmed that they do come in on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like we hear Stephen Thomas on it more than anybody though.
Yeah, he seems to like it.
Yeah.
Um, they said, I don't mind the sound at all because I know it's just spirits.
Yeah, and a lot of that creepiness is built into the app. I
Mm-hmm.
mean that's the noise that they programmed to make, probably for that effect, you know.
Yeah.
Uh, and we used to do no reverb on it. We used to
Mm-hmm.
take the reverb off, but Dalen mentioned how he could hear clear with the reverb. So I
Mm-hmm.
said, all right, I'll try it. And because he had it off too, well, he started using his and then told me he could hear a little more. He thought it might be a little easier for them to come through. So then I started doing it, and I'm like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
It makes sense now.
Yes. They had brought up the Ross Opera House. Melissa said, really loved the Ross Theater. Lazaria had agreed that there was lots of activity there. And they had, Miss Lori had said, I enjoy all your videos. All locations have been amazing.
Thank you, Miss Lori.
Um, and then Miss
I'll say
Kathy.
the most comfortable location is your house, Miss Lori.
Yes. Not just because of the snacks
Yeah.
either.
Yeah, you were there and the dogs, but the snacks were good. It
Yes.
was a good snack. Miss Lori has good snacks.
Yes. Um, and then Miss Kathleen had mentioned visit Detective Lazaria's post, giving her a shout out, and Lazaria had let us know that she might be taking a break for a little bit. Um,
Yeah, go check Lazaria out if you haven't. Lazaria, if you want to put your channel in, I think it's just Detective Lazaria on YouTube, and she does little videos at her house, and she communicates with folks. I think she did your mom. That was a great video. We appreciated that.
yeah.
So check out Lazaria. She does good stuff.
And then Miss Tammy brought up, well, to Karen. Karen, on the Opera House video, did you see bodies lined out upstairs with a white cloth over them? I did and dreamt about it too. And Karen said, no, but I saw children peeking through chairs and the lady in white. I had pictures.
Wow. Yeah. That gets me to a question. Because someone else said they had dreamed something that we have went to. I don't know if it was
Mm-hmm.
before or after. They had dreams about the person.
Yeah.
Have you guys had that happen where maybe someone you go somewhere and then you have dreams about it like before
Mm-hmm.
you get there? Does that happen to a lot of you guys?
Yeah. And along with the dreams, do y'all have like those deja vu moments where you're like walking and then all of a sudden you're like, okay, I've been here, I've done this, deja vu. Like, so do you, dream about things or have you had those deja vu
Yeah.
moments?
Hey Bill, how you doing, sir?
Kieran saying yes, all the time. I just realized her yes was to Miss Sarah's question, which we'll get to. Um, let's see. I was waiting to see if anyone else responded. We'll give y'all a minute to respond in the chat about that question. We'll move on to another one. Looks like they're saying yes to deja vu.
Deja vu.
Mm-hmm.
That one gets me a lot. I'm like,
Yeah.
I've been here before. I've done this.
Yes. They said you guys are perfect for each other.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Karen said I have deja vu all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, do you think that's like a spiritual like part of like your gifts and all that? Like,
Mm-hmm.
you think deja vu's a thing? Because I know a lot of people say they have deja vu. I
Mm-hmm.
know for me personally, like, I know I felt like I've done this. I've had this conversation. I've been here. Not on everything, but just randomly, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What
Miss
did the
Tara
sheriff?
said, I've had places morph into other places I've been in the past.
Okay.
And then Miss Kathleen
Interesting.
said, it's like the older I get, it's happening. And Soul Seeker said that she has deja vu.
Miss Kathleen said the older she gets, it's happening.
Uh-huh.
Miss
Like the
Kathleen,
more it's happening.
I know you're only about 35. Okay, we know that. So.
Yes. Sarah said, deja vu is remembering your life from when you wrote it. And then Bill said,
Mm.
I had a dream about a house I'd never been to, later went to that house that he dreamed of.
Hmm. Oh, that's interesting. I'd say this. The one I think of the most is the
What?
funny story with your mom. It's nothing crazy, like scary or spooky, but we had took her mom to Oregon
Mm-hmm.
like several years ago before she passed away, and we've told y'all this story. I'm sure she had a feeding tube, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that she had a trach out and she had a feeding tube?
Yeah, she had just gotten her trach removed so that way she could fly.
Yeah. Now just so we're clear, we didn't encourage her to fly like that.
No,
It was like
she's a very determined, stubborn woman.
yes, yes. So she was going and
No matter
no
what.
matter what. So we thought, well, we better go with her to make sure she's good, you know.
Yeah.
But we're driving through the mountains, and there's those pull offs on the mountains, right? Well, her brother was driving, Kelsey's uncle, and her mom's looking out. Her mom's looking out the window, and she didn't realize that he was going to pull off. So she starts screaming, y'all. She goes, "Ah!" making this noise, and her brother looks over at her and goes, "So that's the noise you're going to make before you die?"
just as serious and as dry as possible.
Which he's a scientist. He's very straight
Yes.
laced, very serious guy. But
Yes.
that was a funny moment. But the reason why I bring that up is because I had that similar, like when it happened, I thought, man, I've felt like I've seen this or this happened before.
I've experienced this.
Yes, I've experienced this. That's the one that sticks out the most. All right, sorry.
Um, they were saying, Karen said, even cemeteries that you visit, I feel like I've been there before, even with Dalen. And then Tara said, I'm 25 with 25 years of experience. Um, Sarah said, you write your life before you come here and live it through, you live it, though why the heck I wrote for my life to have the stuff I dealt with is beyond me. And then Spider Queen said, I'm 25 with 38 years of experience.
25 or 38.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Yeah. And then they're laughing at your story about mom.
Oh, I got a lot of stories about her mom. We had a fun relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I'd take her when she was sick. I'd have to take her to the store and stuff. Like she loved Hobby Lobby.
Yes.
Oh, Hobby Lobby. You're in there for hours. Look at fake plants, y'all. Fake plants. We're in there looking for hours.
I'm scrolling back up
And I'd
to
go
their
around.
other question.
I'd go around and scratch them like a scratching sniff. I'd say, "These, you can. I know they're fake, but look, it smells like a rose." And she'd go, "Yeah, I kind of smell it." And I'm like, "There's no smell to it. No smell to it."
I think. Okay, so we talked about the Ross Alper house, and then there was a question after that. Sarah had asked, hearing your name called can be a bit weird. I thought there was a question about a heckler, but maybe.
If you asked a question about a heckler, could you resend it?
Yeah, if Miss Sarah, if you wrote a question about a heckler, can you resend it? Because I thought I saw it, but I'm not seeing it now. So maybe I just misread it. Um,
The hearing your name called one, though we can answer that.
oh, it wasn't a question. It was
Oh,
a response back um, to what they were talking about. MJ did ask, do you too believe that there was a divine possibility that you were supposed to meet for the purpose of combining your superpowers to help people?
hey, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say yay or nay because I don't know, but I'll tell you this: we've this whole journey from we've always known something was there and it was real. But
Mm-hmm.
growing up, how we grew up, you just didn't talk about it. You know,
Yeah.
down here, people, it's not as accepted as other parts of other areas.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of developed, like, just I guess, kind of how do you developed over together
Mm-hmm.
in this the paranormal and everything
Mm-hmm.
that's happened and it's gone with it. We've kind of slowly just developed together. So like I feel things very strongly, and so does Kelsey. But we always just thought, oh, we just have a good sense of awareness, right? But we literally walk into a random store and feel like, oh, we gotta say a little prayer of peace for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next thing starts happening is, which happens a lot now, is strangers. Like we'll end up just praying for strangers,
Yeah.
like for no reason. They'll just come up to us and we'll start. They ask for prayer. That happened at, where were we at? That's happened. I know I was at the Flying J truck stop
Mm-hmm.
one time recently, and that happened when we were traveling. Met a guy. I said, "You doing okay today?" And he said no, and just starts crying and asked if we could pray with him, and
Mm-hmm.
things like that just happen. And then it starts happening to Kelsey. It's like these things just start together, just
Yeah.
grow together.
So to answer your question,
Maybe,
maybe.
probably. I think. I feel
Yeah.
like it. I like her. She's nice most of the time. She's pretty too.
Uh, um,
She's just mean to me sometimes.
only when provoked. Let's see. Melissa said, which I guess kind of goes with when we were talking about deja vu and dreams, but then it also kind of goes with what you were just saying. Melissa said, Josh, sounds like you had a past life. And then,
I know. I think I was a race car driver too. I'll be honest with you. I think I was a NASCAR driver, professional,
And
right?
then,
Well, don't change the subject because I was probably a professional race car driver. Picture this, I'm on the highway and I'm just in and out, I'm doing good. And Kelsey, she's like, "You're so good at this, I think you're a race car driver. You're the best driver ever."
all
I'm
right,
just kidding.
y'all,
I'm just kidding.
we've had some moments where our lives have flashed before our
And I
eyes.
saved this because I was a professional driver back in my past life. If I was alive back then, I think I was a race car driver.
You have saved us,
That's right.
but,
Record that, clip it, and
but,
replay it.
but, you have caused a few things that were unnecessary, such as
Oh,
turn right here, and
that's
then all
you.
of a sudden we're up over a sidewalk about to go through a
Hey,
Dunkin' Donuts.
somebody don't know directions.
Or turn right here, and then you whip it right, and we're on a sheet of ice, and we're just going in circles.
Directions. She gets left, right, and up and down confused, y'all. She'll say, "Turn right," and it's left. We crashed bicycles because of it. She ran into me because she got her directions wrong. And you gonna listen to her? Don't believe her. And the ice thing, I didn't have a choice because it was an exit ramp from the airport, leaving the airport, going around the little loop, and we just started. But my instinct kicked in. I think I turned into Dale Earnhardt for a minute, got control of it, and we was back on the road.
Melissa said, Josh, you were a ridge runner.
A ridge runner?
Yeah. They said,
Maybe I was an old moonshiner, and I was running from the law, trying to get me.
Miss Tammy gave a piece of advice. She was talking about, hold on, let me scroll back up here. Okay. My scrolling's a little off today. I'm scrolling too fast, so then I'm missing stuff. Miss Tammy gave a piece of advice. She was having nightmares for 3 years straight, so she cleaved her dream catcher and they stopped. Just FYI for anyone. So, public service announcement. If you're having nightmares, try a dream catcher.
Yep.
Lazaria said, my past life had to be some sort of a detective.
Yeah, or like a cat trainer
Yes.
or something.
And Miss Sarah said, I'm 53 with 160 years of experience.
That's funny.
And then I thought I saw Sarah said I made an honest man out of you. Then I keep you in line. Miss Marcia said, I wanted to ask you guys to pray for me sometimes when I'm too embarrassed. Never be embarrassed. Just send us a message, just whatever.
And I promise you, there's a lot of people that will be praying for you.
Yes.
If you put it out here, we have a lot of great people in this comment. They'll definitely be praying too, for sure.
Yes. Miss Veronica said, I started getting cold chills now. I didn't before when I went to cemetery. I visited for years.
Miss Veronica said that?
Yeah, that she's starting to get cold chills now when she goes to the cemetery.
Are you picking up Brahms ice cream on the way, Miss Veronica? She's in Oklahoma. She got Brahms. I would say a little prayer piece just for whoever is around you. Even if it's just you giving yourself cold chills, maybe it's a little eerie, or maybe you feel a little indifferent about going that way. Just say a little prayer of protection over you and the spirits that you're driving past. If there's any spirits attached to that cemetery, that they have peace.
Yes. Soul Seeker said, y'all can pray for Kerrville. I always feel like I say that wrong, but that's right.
We pray for Kerrville in Texas every day.
Yes.
That's yeah. I don't want to get into that yet. We'll talk to you, Miss Terry. That was Terry, right? Soul Seeker.
Yeah. Soul
Let's.
Seeker.
I'm going to email you. I want to talk to you about something.
Yes. And then I think I caught up on all the. Oh, Karen said, I got to drive a race car. I won a drawing, had a blast.
Karen drove a race car?
Yeah.
Which Karen? That's Miss Karen right there. Miss
Yes.
Karen, you drove a race car? That's cool.
Yes.
She
All right.
won't, she won't even let me drag race out there. Okay, I drag race.
I think I got caught up on all the questions. So if y'all have any more or have any other videos you want to discuss or any topics, just put them in the chat and we'll go through them.
Yes.
But I think I caught up everything. If I missed something, I'm so sorry. Just put it back on there.
What are they saying?
They were talking about prayers for Kerrville, and they're just sorry about what had happened, everyone that was affected.
Yes. Yeah, that's, man. Yeah, as soon as I saw that on the news, I messaged Miss Terry just to make sure she was okay.
Mm-hmm.
But she said that she had some friends that were affected. So I want to talk to you more about that, Miss Terry, though.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Any questions?
Nope. I was waiting to see what questions they had. We'll give them a minute to put it in the chat. Let's see. Miss Veronica said, I pray for them when I get chills. I'm renting a room where the prior renters died the week I moved in. I turn the spirit talker on. His name pops up.
Wow. How do you feel? Like, do you feel afraid?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you feel like just eerie because someone's around?
Mm-hmm. Wait and see what she says. Karen asked, what are your thoughts on portals?
I mean, I think it's what they talk about when they talk about the doorway.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they talk about a doorway a lot, about
Mm-hmm.
coming in and out, and I think it's real.
Mm-hmm.
I don't fully think that a portal has to be there for a spirit to be there, though.
What do you mean?
Well, I feel like a spirit could just be there without
there having to be a portal.
Right.
Yeah. And it definitely seems that some places that we've investigated in that have a lot of activity, not necessarily attached to like the history or like what had happened at that location or on that land, those places sometimes have a portal, and it seems like I don't know how to explain it, but it almost seems that like that happens just because there are so many people investigating, pushing, prying, doing different practices that sometimes creates certain energy where spirits not even attached to a certain area are just like hovering and hanging out there because there is a portal that's been open there.
Yeah. And we got a portal story when we were in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Not this last time, but the time before, we were at the when we investigated the jail. You guys remember the
In
group?
Bollinger.
Bollinger, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're at the motel across the street where we spoke with Miss Anna,
Mm-hmm.
and Joseph was the husband, if you remember that, and she was being held there. So there was a man on that was a guest there with us on that tour, and his wife. And he was telling me that a room, you can actually stay in the motel.
Mm-hmm.
Some of y'all might be into that. Josh ain't staying in the motel to sleep. Not this one specifically.
He'll stay up all night there,
I'll
but
stay
not,
up all
not
night
sleep there.
till the chickens start. But yeah, I ain't sleeping there. But anyways, he was telling me about a portal and how this wall morphed into a big light, and he saw all this lights coming in and out. And then he said his wife got possessed, and something took over her body and was trying to choke her, yeah. And then she was being real evil. And he had took some pictures of her, and it wasn't a video. I could see that, but he was showed me a picture. He had took a picture of the wall, the corner of the wall, and where the lights were, or that he was talking about, where the lights were at, the portal area. and I could see some lights there, like almost like an orb.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, not what he was describing, but I could really see that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the Savannah Theater.
Yeah, they say that behind the stage there's a brick wall. They say there's a portal there. There's actually a show, I think it aired on Travel Channel.
It was Jack Osborne.
Yep. Was it Portals to Hell?
Portals of Hell or to Hell, maybe.
Yeah.
And he was
But
with
the
our friend that runs a theater in Savannah, Micah. He was
yeah.
on the show with him.
Yeah. But they talk about that on that episode. But then also when you go there to investigate, sometimes they talk about it. And they say that that may exist there because that original wall, it used to butt up to where a cemetery was.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
um, Tara said it is Portals to Hell, the name of the show.
Okay. Yeah, you saw it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Karen had said, I will send you proof. This wasn't a wall. So I think she's talking about she can send proofs of it being a portal.
Yeah. That. Please do. Yeah. So yeah, we definitely agree that there are portals. I think when we hear about the doorway, I think that's what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys remember, I asked, was it Mary Ellen, or when we first started?
Either Mary Ellen or Rosemary. I don't remember which one.
I asked about that. What is a doorway? And she said how we move, how we
Mm-hmm.
move, or opens up, how we move. Something about moving.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had a spirit, Colonel Sanders.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, Colonel Sanders.
Yeah.
Well, if you go back to that video, he says, "We're in the doorway. We'll be waiting.
Mm-hmm.
Come by." You know, he said, "Come by anytime. We have a doorway. We'll be waiting." And that made me wonder, like, is it like a portal? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Makes sense.
Yeah. Veronica answered your question when you had asked about the spirit from the prior renters.
Uh-huh.
She said that she's not afraid. I just pray for him and hope he's resting and that
Good.
she can just feel that he's there.
Good.
So I'm glad that it's a peaceful interaction.
And Veronica, I would definitely put those boundaries up as well. It's like, I mean, unless you want to see something, but you know, when we pray that we don't want to feel, see anything, in our home. Our home is protected. It's just us, and
Mm-hmm.
I think it's important to do. So
Yeah.
express that,
Veronica did say, I get other names too. This house is maybe 40 years old. I asked if they want to hang out and do crafts. Laugh out loud. I get questions about what I'm making, then comments about my creativity.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty
Well,
neat.
so it sounds like
It's very peaceful.
yeah, you're providing peace for them.
Yeah.
You're providing some normalcy that
Mm-hmm.
maybe they are kind of attracted to.
Yeah.
And you'd like, if you're not subscribed to Lazaria's, Detective Lazaria, she does a lot of that type where she uses objects and speaks to anyone that's attached to objects, and
Mm-hmm.
she asks questions, like that.
Yeah.
Like those things.
Bill had said, are there portals to other dimensions when we were talking about the portal? So he was asking, are there portals to other dimensions? And that kind of ties a little bit into like the whole deja vu and dreaming thing. Like sometimes people say like that's a level of a different dimension,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think you're right, Bill. I think it, because it's pretty obvious there's a world that we can't see.
Yeah, it's like there's that veil there,
The
and there's
energy
that whole other world going on right there.
that communicates.
Mm-hmm.
So we know they're there, we just can't see them. And I think maybe that's has something to do with how they kind of come through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was scrolling back through to make sure that we didn't miss anything. And then let me go back up here.
I think Spider Queen said something. Sorry.
Sorry, I'm going through and reading all this as quick as I can just to make sure I didn't miss anything. Um, Spider Queen said, when I went to my dad's house for the last time, I used my Spirit Box app. When I said, "Hey, Dad, are you there?" my mom's name was said. I
Wow.
am a carbon copy for her. They divorced in 1968. Wow.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yes. Melissa had said, I know of 2 portals in St. Augustine. Melissa, where are those portals?
Yes, and we love St. Augustine. We're
Mm-hmm.
there, you guys know, pretty often.
Yes. And then Miss Lori said, when did y'all leave for Ireland? Looking forward to seeing your videos there. Safe travels.
It's coming up. It'll
It's
be a
coming up.
surprise. We'll just ta-da, we're here.
Yeah, so just keep an eye out. You never know.
Yeah, it's coming up soon though, I promise. We can't give you a full date when we're gonna go live, but we do plan to go live.
Yeah.
We're trying to. We got some things that we're trying to work out there. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Would you guys enjoy like a vlog style video? I know we're gonna do some filming and paranormal stuff, all that. But would you guys enjoy just like a vlog, like a regular vlog style? Kind of.
Kind of a summary of.
Yeah, just like where we're going, clipping in, though, just so we can show you guys, some neat places, and some of
Mm-hmm.
y'all, probably never been there, so you can see it a little bit. That would be awesome, Josh. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And I know we're gonna try to go live. It's a time difference, so we'll have to. I think we're 6 hours.
5 hours
5 hours.
ahead. So we'll try to keep that in mind, but um, we may not be able to take that all into account. So it might be odd hours, but we'll try to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Sarah said, so my parents, aunts, uncles, great grandparents, older sister, and of course my baby boy, I don't like to go to the graveyard where they lie. I find it sad. Am I being disrespectful? And several in the group live chat, I had to let her know that she is not, and had let her know.
Who was that said that?
Miss Sarah. And then Miss Lori said, not at all, totally understand. I try to brighten their day, bringing flowers, sitting on a bench to pray for each family member and tell them funny stories. I think I agree with them that, by you not physically going to where like their final resting spot is, or like where their ashes are, it's okay, because you can still go out and talk to them. You can still put those well wishes and that love out there.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to create like your own memorial area, they'll recognize that and know that, and they'll very much appreciate it.
Yeah, one thing to remember. I mean, they've expressed this. Just if you've watched their videos, that they've expressed in our videos multiple times that they feel you.
Mm-hmm.
They pick up your energy and what you're feeling right away.
Yeah.
That's why we've had on videos and lives where they told us evil man, and there's a man walking across the way, and he walks real fast and keeps going. They feel those things,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's kind of like when you show up, they know, okay, Sarah's feeling this way. She's
Mm-hmm.
a good person, good-hearted. She's feeling this way.
Mm-hmm.
I think they can sense that for sure.
Yes.
They kind of understand because it is hard to explain.
Yeah.
And you don't want to sit there for 20 minutes trying to explain to spirits how you're feeling.
Yeah.
They can sense that.
Miss Mary said, I sealed my home, too much going on, salt with holy water, put some across the front door, back door, and sage, and said a prayer.
Good.
And then Soul Seeker said, I'm Irish, talk to, hopefully I don't butcher this name. Y'all know how bad I am. Is it O'Driscoll? Did I say that right? O'Driscoll.
O'Driscoll.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, she said, I'm Irish, talk to some O'Driscoll. Okay, like family?
Is that your ancestors? And then Tara said, suggestion Mary too is to bury crosses at each corner of the property as well.
Well, we've done that.
Okay, so a few minutes ago we had asked Melissa where the portals were in St. Augustine, and she responded back, one is in the yard of the Catholic Church downtown. The other is in the courtyard of St. Francis Inn. So the Catholic Church downtown, I'm assuming you're talking about the one that's by
The
the
square.
square,
Yeah,
is
the
where I'm
square.
thinking you're talking about. Could you let us know in the chat if that's right?
And I could totally see that.
Mm-hmm.
Also by the Love Tree, by Mojo's Barbecue, on the
Yeah.
back side of your downtown, the brick streets. There's
Mm-hmm.
the Love Tree they call it,
Yeah.
and there's I think it's a Native American uh,
Cemetery?
cemetery, but I think it's a kind of a mix.
Oh, she said yes. That's the
Okay.
Catholic Church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She don't live there though, right? She lives.
Melissa, do you live in St. Augustine? Are you familiar with St. Augustine? I think she's saying yes to the Love Tree. And then just let us know if you live in St. Augustine, or are you a frequent visitor and fellow lover of St. Augustine?
We got a message a while back about doing a home investigation in St. Augustine at someone's home that watches it. I don't know if they are subscribed or not, but then they never reached out. I thought
Yeah.
that would be cool. They lived right by a cemetery there, so that's it.
So while we're waiting for that response, Veronica suggested you'll have to look for elves and fairies and little beans. We do know that those are pretty popular there in Ireland. There's a lot of folklore. Um, Melissa said, I used to live in downtown St. Augustine.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
That's pretty neat. Um,
Yeah, we'll have to talk to her because
yeah. Yes, we
we'll have a lot
definitely
in
will.
common with you, Miss Melissa.
Yes. Miss Tammy said, so what if someone on the other side is filming the flip side of your sessions? I will want to see those too. Come talk to me and I'll let you know. So Miss Tammy's saying, like, because you know how we were talking about how they can like sense what you're feeling and you can just go out and talk to them.
Yeah.
So like we're filming them. So she's saying like, I wonder if they're like doing the reverse, like the mirror.
They're playing a big screen in heaven and they're watching all of us.
Yes. Lazaria said, if you see a Highlander ghost, be careful. Make sure the kilt is still on. Karen said, I have spirits and entities wave to me when I take stills during sessions.
Yeah, I remember the last pictures you sent, Miss Karen, was at a cemetery. I think you were driving by, maybe. There was looked like someone waving. I remember that. That was wild. Look for fairies, Josh and Kath.
And then Miss Elizabeth said, our family are the McBrides. So we have some Irish heritage in here. And then Miss Sarah said, I live in my parents' house. I know they still come near. They definitely do. They're definitely close to
Well,
you.
if they're buried in Killarney or Dublin, right?
Yeah, or even around the Dublin area.
Or around the area. Well, we're going to be in Dublin for a couple of days. We'll be in Killarney most of the time, different part of Ireland. But yeah, that'd be wow. What if someone in here had a relative buried there and we went and talked to them?
Yeah, it could happen. Miss Sherry said, hey, Josh and Kelsey, family just jumping in, was out shopping. Thank you for joining us.
Miss Sherry?
Yeah, and she said, love your hair. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Oh, darn Kelsey.
Spider Queen said, I'm part Irish. My mom was adopted and her birth dad was Irish.
No, yeah. I'm Irish too.
And Soul Seeker did confirm that she is an ancestor from the O'Driscoll family.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Elizabeth said, I'd love to go to Ireland and into Scotland.
Scotland would be good too. We'll gotta go over and see Miss Sarah in England.
Try not to get in trouble.
She's gonna have to drive. She's gonna have to drive us around, Miss Sarah. Because listen, Kelsey's like, hey, you want to rent a car? And I'm like, no, I don't want to rent a car over there. Everything's opposite, okay? And I ain't trying to get a ticket. What if I got a ticket and I had to travel all the way back to go to court? Okay, I don't want to do that. Or if you wreck.
Yes. They had said to look out for banshees, look out for fairies. Um, when we had gone to Ireland the first time, when we were in the Wicklow Mountains, we heard a lot about like the folklore and like the fairies and um, different like mythical stories about them,
Yeah.
about the
I,
different
yeah.
creatures.
Uh,
Um, Veronica said, "My family is from County Cork."
okay.
And then, how do you pronounce that properly so I don't butcher it?
McAuliffe. McAuliffe.
I'll go with what you said.
I've heard so County Cork. Yeah, we won't be by there. Cork.
Mm-mm.
I'm assuming that's Cork.
Yes. Um, Karen said, "I recently found out I'm part Celtic."
Karen said that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then Miss Linda said, "Hello, friends."
Miss
Hey, Miss
Linda.
Linda, thanks for joining.
How are you, Miss Linda?
And then Sarah's saying she's been to Cork, Limerick, and Kerry.
Cork. Karen.
Yeah.
Did you kiss the stone? They told us not to kiss the stone. I ain't gonna kiss the stone after everybody else is kissing the stone either. But they said that a lot of the drunks pee on the stone and then they all sit back and watch people kiss it. I don't know if that's true, but I can see that happening. We've been in a couple downtowns before. You guys know it gets wild down there, downtowns and
It does.
places like that.
Veronica said we got it right with the way you pronounced it.
Oh, okay.
Victoria said, with so many of us having Irish heritage, I wouldn't be surprised if an ancestor came through. Yeah.
That'd be wild, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, if anybody has someone buried there, like you actually know.
Yeah.
Because from what we've looked at, the cemeteries are a little different than here.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, it would probably be like a needle in a haystack. I don't know. But if you really have somebody, like an actual name and location of someone
Mm-hmm.
that's buried around Dublin or Killarney, let us know. We'll definitely try to make that happen.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yes. So do y'all have any other questions or topics you want to bring up from summer videos?
Yeah.
I feel like we've touched on Tennessee, and we went back to the Ross Opera House a little bit.
Well, one we hadn't talked about is the deer in Texas. When we spoke to Miss, hold on, what was her name?
Well, we started with Miss Emily.
Right, but then the deer led us to Miss Naomi.
No,
What the heck?
my mind just went
We
blank.
talked to a lot of people, y'all. I apologize. We forget. What was her name? Enid?
Enid.
That's right.
Yes.
Ms. Enid.
Sorry, my mind went blank there for a second. I was like picturing the whole conversation and like where we went and us trying to get her name, and then I was like, I know it's on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, I don't know why I can never remember her name.
It's a unique, pretty name.
I like it. Enid is a pretty name.
Yeah.
But that, okay, so then what was it? When we were speaking to Cheryl.
Mm-hmm.
Cheryl, you know what I'm talking about, at the park.
Yes.
And you hear her come in and talk about deer. You hear the name Emily, and then talking about deer and lead you, and I'm like, that has to be her.
Yeah.
But she said that she was going to help us.
Yes.
She wanted to help us, so maybe that's. And then Eve coming through, and we actually spoke to Eve.
Not far from that location.
Yeah, from the bridge, if you guys remember that.
Yeah.
That was interesting. I wonder if we just. Sometimes it feels like we have a whole like team behind us, like of people just watching, helping. That's what it feels like sometimes.
Yes, it does.
More than it ever has, I think.
Mm-hmm. Have y'all ever had any encounters with like animals like that, where like they do lead you or they do like present a message or anything wild like that?
Yeah, animals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How did I get a crown and 3 on the?
Yeah, we're wondering about the crowns too. The crowns just appeared.
trust me, we're the last people to ask anything about any of this
Yeah,
social media stuff. It,
maybe Miss Tara knows.
if y'all would have known us 3 years ago, you'd have been like, Josh and Kelsey are doing YouTube. What? Like, are you kidding me? We've had a lot to learn. I'm
Mhm.
still learning all this stuff. I don't know how to do all the. You get people guests on here talking, and you bring people up.
Yeah.
I'll have to figure out how to do that. I actually want to do some things with that. So yeah, we got some other things in the works that's we're planning on. I just don't want to talk about it yet, but we got some things we want to do, and some of that has to do with bringing people up and
Mhm.
talking. So
Yeah.
I guess we need to learn how to do that.
They were just saying it's a YouTube thing, explaining like what the crowns are. Um, and then Linda said, I have crazy deer stories. Tell us, Miss Linda, share some deer stories with
If
us.
you remember, Miss Linda did tell us that one time.
Yeah.
She said back when she used to party, she was driving down the road and she jumped on a deer's back, a big buck, and she was hanging on. And there's a picture of her.
Miss Lori said that was a very cool video with the deer leading y'all. The deer were spirit animals, definitely. Um, Veronica said in July my dog came through.
Wow,
That's incredible.
wow. We've had a dog come through before in Savannah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Miss Sarah explained it for the crowns. It is experience points, and the top 3 get crowns. All right then. Um,
What's the crown do? Do you
I don't know.
cash them in or something?
It's something pretty.
It's like Marlboro bucks back in the day in the Marlboros, and my mom used to save them, get them out of the thing.
Miss Veronica said we had a fox follow us in our family cemetery for a couple of hours once. She wasn't sick, but she kept an eye on us. That's so interesting.
Wow.
And then someone had mentioned that they had a fox sleep on the hood of their car. Where did I see that? Oh, that was Karen. I have a fox every spring that sleeps on the hood of my car.
Wow.
That's
That's
pretty
neat.
neat.
Right after Kelsey's mom passed away, we ended up like what? Weeks later, went to the redwoods,
Yes.
and it was right before we had to go to California.
Are you talking about the redwoods? Or you?
Remember the cardinal just followed us the whole way through the redwoods.
Yes. So that was like a year after she had passed, but then about a week and a half after she had passed, we went to the beach,
Oh
and
yeah, that's what.
yeah, we were at the beach, and a red cardinal came and followed us at the beach,
The
which,
whole all day long. It would
yes.
just fly around. I never see cardinals
Yeah,
at the
we've
beach.
never seen cardinals at the beach before, and that was about a week and a half after she had passed. There was a cardinal, and then
Anastasia Island, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
Anastasia Island, and then a year later, we were in the redwoods, kind of around like near the 1 year mark anniversary of her passing, and there was a cardinal there that followed us. And cardinals typically aren't in the redwood forest, so that was another unique cardinal spotting.
Yes,
Yeah.
that whole little hike through the redwoods was unique. We
Yes.
met all those ladies that just come out of nowhere. It was the just craziest, strangest events.
Yeah, like literally people coming out of trees.
Some lady just walked up and hugged me. She just come up. I'm talking to Kelsey,
Or on a hike.
and there's a trail that come from the side. Well, you couldn't really see it.
Yeah.
So we're walking on a hike, and a lady comes out and just, you smell really nice, and gives me a hug. And I'm looking at Kelsey like, did that just happen?
Yeah. um, let's see. I'm scrolling back to look at more of the animal stories. They said, Sarah said, I've been told my dog arrived over there and settled right in. Melissa said, I've got a ghost kitten too. Sherry said, we have a deer in our backyard. Once in a while, amazing how still they stand sometimes. I don't know what she's doing. Sorry, my Siri is going wild here.
Well,
Um,
that's what it is when it lights up.
yeah, when it gets all.
She's listening to us.
She is. She likes these animal stories, I guess.
That nosy thing.
um, Sherry said, Melissa, that's cool. A ghost kitty won't scratch up your furniture. That's very true. Um, Sorry, my phone is just going bananas over here. I don't know what she's doing.
Well,
I'm
you need the
sorry, y'all.
iPad so you can see it better.
I like to hold this so then that way with my eyes I can read it better. Because if it's way over here, it's harder on my eyes.
We'll put it right here. You'll be able to see it real
But
good.
then it's all clunky. Okay, sorry, y'all. Um, so the ghost kitty won't scratch up your furniture. And then Miss Linda said, we had a deer that came up to my porch. I could go out and talk to him, feed him from a bowl in my hand. That's amazing. Spider Queen said we had a family raccoons, family of 5 deer, and one big black bear.
Oh.
That's interesting.
Well, I had a pet chipmunk that used to do tricks. I used to make money and get him on a little bicycle I had for him, and he'd pedal like that. And he liked Slim Jims, so I'd cut little Slim Jims, like Macho Man Randy Savage Slim Jims. Yeah, and he'd do anything. Cartwheels, backflips.
Spider
Just
Queen
kidding.
said birds are meant to be a spirit following you. I definitely think that's true because
For
when we have certain conversations, we see like particular birds over other birds, or sometimes like on the Spirit Talker, we'll hear certain names, and then like certain birds will appear. So I
we
think
have
that's true.
we have a hummingbird that if we have our window, we have a double door, or it's a window and then a door, but it looks like a double door.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have uh, those, they'll just fly up and look in. They'll
Mm-hmm.
just literally just flutter there and look in our window. And we always joke because Kelsey's mom loved hummingbirds, and
Mm-hmm.
literally like the week she died,
The day she
the day
passed.
she passed, we're standing on the back porch and a hummingbird. I mean, if we're this close talking,
Mm-hmm.
and a hummingbird's right here
Mm-hmm.
for 2 minutes at least, and we
Yeah.
just stood still, didn't say anything. You could feel the air.
Yeah.
Like Kelsey's little curl was bouncing like that because of the hummingbirds, little just going.
Sarah said, I woke up one night around 4 a.m. to hear a god awful noise in my front garden. I thought it was a fight or worse, so I had to look out to find two foxes getting busy and letting the whole know. They were becoming mates.
Oh, oh, oh! I gotcha.
Was that good? Was that a good joke?
Yeah, what'd you say?
I said they were becoming mates because
Yeah,
they were
what'd you?
mating.
Oh, that was a good one. That was a good one.
I don't know if it's still good if you have to explain it.
No, I was trying to read while you were reading, so I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, okay.
Very good, mates.
They said that that's awesome about the hummingbird. And I think that.
Mary Lou, how you doing? Did I see that right, Mary Lou? Did I see it?
Yeah, Mary Lou. Yeah. Um, I thought I saw Karen said I was nauseous and pulled over, passenger door open. I feel an animal at my head, thought a bear. It was a deer comforting me, then tried to get in the car. Oh, wow.
Wow. Wow, that's wild.
Yes. I'm sorry. I was reading Victoria's comment before I read it out loud. She said, I thought I had a demon in my bathroom one night. Loud, frightening growls, long, hilarious story cut short. It was a baby possum that was scared, but oh boy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. What really creeped me out one time is about 2 in the morning, and I'm just getting home from work, and I'm walking up to the door, and on the side of our house there was two cats fighting over there, and all I hear is, cats fighting. That's a scary sound,
Yeah.
especially when you can't see nothing in the middle of the night. Yeah, we had a cat named Freddie. Well, it was a girl. We didn't know that. It's a long story.
It was a cat that found us.
It found us, yeah. and that sucker was tough. Had only had one eye, but it would get in fights with raccoons and other cats. Like nothing was allowed in our driveway. Technically, it
Mm-mm.
wasn't even our cat, but we
Yeah.
did try to look out for it. It wouldn't move. It laid in the same spot every night, and for weeks. And we're like, fine, we're gonna feed it. Of course, at the time we weren't. Well, still, we're not huge cat people. We don't own a cat.
You secretly love
I
cats.
I enjoy a cat every now and then, but I used to always say, I'm not getting a cat. I can't stand cats. But something happened. Kelsey's mom, probably her cat, Gizzy, it was a jerk for a long time, right? And then out of nowhere, it started just loving on me. And every time I come in that house, that cat would be right there, and I'm like, okay. And I'd pet it, and then Kelsey started joking ever since, like, you really secretly love cats.
He was a Himalayan, so he was very, very fluffy.
Yes, Himalayan. I was trying to think of that one time.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that.
But she always had cats, though.
Oh, that sucker was hairy, y'all. Hairy. And he loved doing this. Right, he'd stand on my leg and just like he's kneading dough or something.
Well, I feel like we went down a rabbit hole
Sorry,
with
we do that.
animal stories. No, you're fine. So I just wanted to ask again, because I went through and I think I didn't see any more questions. So do y'all have anything else you want to talk about? Any other questions or things you want to bring up from videos this summer?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
I try to think of what we've filmed because they
So-
all blur together.
Last time we did a sit down was with the Ross Opera House, and then we did do a walk through Live Cemetery. We kind of touched on the Texas videos, but we didn't do like a sit down chat with this. So we did talk about the deer and about Miss Emily, from the Volker family, and then we did touch a little bit. We mentioned it, but I don't think we've talked about it yet, but about the Servant Girl Annihilator video series.
Mm-hmm.
And then we did the follow-up with Mr. Washington most recently, because after we did some follow-up research, we had found out about him.
How powerful was that?
Yeah.
It wasn't a long video. It was like 13 minutes, maybe 12, 13 minutes. But that video was powerful. Just the responses and the love, and you know, how they even expressed like we were young, like we didn't get married. I didn't agree with it, but they're what'd she say? Bind to my life.
Yeah.
That was powerful. And then they
Yes.
said love brought them together. Love fixes everything. That's just incredible.
Yes.
What Miss Melissa said.
Miss Lori said, thank you guys for this live catch up. Love you guys. Stay blessed and beautiful. It sounds like you got to go, Miss Lori. So thank you.
See you later, Miss Lori.
Yes.
Have a good evening. Eat something good. You going to the fish place that we went to that one time? That was good.
They did say that they loved the Opera House. Melissa said one time I heard a cat yell. I can't talk. I'm getting tongue tied. Basically yelling on my porch. Shoved the door open. Yelled it to get off my porch. It took off running. They said Mr. Orange video was beautiful. Sherry said yes, that video, although short, was packed with so much feeling and love.
Yeah, definitely. Miss Beignets.
And then Miss Sarah said, you pair definitely know how to lift someone's mood. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Who said that?
Well, Spider Queen had said, Josh and Kelsey, this was good for my recovery.
Good.
And then Sarah said, you pair definitely know how to lift someone's mood.
Well, good. Thank you.
Thank you. Lazaria did ask, would you ever make a dedicated session to talk to your mom, Judy? I think eventually I would feel comfortable doing that. I have talked to her off camera, and it's just different when talking with your mom. It's just different. So I think I definitely would do it on camera. I'm just not quite there yet to like fully open that up to everyone. But
Yeah.
it would be something that I'm open to. But I am deeply touched, and it means the world to me that she loves us so much that she wants to be a part of what we're doing, and that she does come in as a helper. And she has expressed to us that she does help. So I just think that it's incredible when she does come through on videos, and when she does explain that, like, she brought somebody, or they'll say things like, your family is here, and like I kind of know it's her because she'll say like different kind of code words, so I know it's her.
Yeah.
So I am just deeply like honored and touched that she wants to so much be a part of what we're doing. So I do want to open that up and share it with y'all more. I'm just not quite there yet, but I will be one
Yeah.
day.
Yeah. And I've talked about doing that with my dad.
Yes.
Uh, his there's a lot around his passing. I won't
Mm-hmm.
really touch on, but it was difficult, and you kind of just you want to ask questions, like, right, like, but you just don't really want the answer.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense. Like,
Yes.
you got answers to things, but also you don't know if you want those answers.
Yes.
Because my dad was a good man, but he had a tough passing. It wasn't ideal for sure.
Mm-hmm. Sherry said, so many different emotions when it's family, especially your mom. If it's private for you, Kelsey, we would totally understand. Lazaria said, I got dance with Judy, but unsure if she liked dancing.
Mm.
Well, I'll give you this little nugget. So,
Oh yeah.
mom does love to dance. She was a honey bear, and she was very proud of being a honey bear. And a honey bear was the name of her dance team that she had when she was in school.
And
Um,
you danced.
and I danced too. So, and she loved that I danced because it was a way for her to share something she loved with me. So,
That's where we met. Dance school. I was dancing too.
yeah, he was a ballet
I was a
dancer.
ballet dancer.
So, yeah, I'll give you that little nugget. Um,
And she mentioned horses in that
yes,
video.
and horses are important too. Some funny stories about that, about horses, but the short of, what am I trying to say? What's that
Long
saying?
story short,
Long story short, or the short of the long, or however you say it.
I ain't never heard that one. Short of the long.
Or however they say it. Long story short, horses are important. Um, and we were both like avid horseback riders. So
Yeah.
definitely onto something. I can confirm you were talking with my mom.
And that's the thing is, because we have talked to her mom off camera. I've talked to my dad off camera. But the fact that they come in and help us communicate with others,
Mm-hmm.
look at, baby Joe and Miss
Mm-hmm.
Sarah, her mom, Kelsey's mom.
Yes.
Bam, right there. She's with Joe. She come in and said hi, and she's with Joe. So I'm sure there was some helping in that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and some of other folks in here.
Mm-hmm.
Your mom has been through with their loved ones,
Yeah.
or when we're speaking with somebody, she comes through. That's powerful,
Yes.
because it's
It
like
is.
knowing them,
Mm-hmm.
and like for example, we started hearing my dad come through at the bridge. Well, before the bridge, the girl that was
Mm-hmm.
bound, that she had took her own life,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, and she was bound by dark spirits, and that's when my dad come through.
Mm-hmm.
And then she starts talking about it, and then at the bridge,
Mm-hmm.
and so it just like it makes sense given who
Yeah.
he was. And then with mom, it's like she loved people, and she wanted
Mm-hmm.
everybody to feel loved, and she loved to host.
Yes.
Even when she couldn't cook, she was on a feeding tube. Her last 6 years of her life, y'all, was on, or 7 years, she had a feeding tube.
Mm-hmm.
But she still wanted to cook for people.
Yeah.
So that's who she was.
Yes.
It makes sense that she would come in and help.
Yes. Lazaria said, hope she visits you again and whispers and says, Josh, climb the tree this time. And put a winky face.
Josh climbed the tree.
And then Spider Queen said, when you are ready, Kelsey will be here for whatever you do. Thank you. Sherry said, definitely makes sense, Josh. With my dad, it would be the same. My phone is going crazy again. They said, honey bear, that's sweet.
Oh, we have a funny story about Honey Bear. So when she was in the hospital, her last few years, she was in and out a lot, in and out of the
Mhm.
hospital a lot. And we were in the ER with her. And she had gotten drug, like she was on drugs, right?
Yeah, she was on some like pain medication and some like antibiotics
She got a UTI.
because she had a UTI and she was starting to become septic.
Yes. So she was out. She was out to lunch, y'all. She was didn't know up from down, but she would come in a little bit to I'd sing a honey bear song to her. I just made up this song because she was proud to be a honey bear, and she talked about it all the time. And all of her girlfriends, that's all they talked about was the honey bear dancing days.
Mhm.
And so I just she was in there. She was just out of her mind in there, and I was trying to calm her down. So I just made up this honey bear song, and she starts dancing while she's out of it. She's dancing her head, and I'm just looking at Kelsey, and I'm making up these words. I don't even know what I'm talking about, y'all.
We
But
were singing about different types of honey bears and
yeah. Oh, I did the shrimp thing, like in Forrest Gump, but I just did it with honey bears. I'm like, oh, I could just do this all day.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
um,
Mary Lou,
they said
how are you,
away
Mary
with the
Lou?
fairies and happy under
Yeah.
the medication.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, she was. She
yeah.
was.
Um,
I pranked her a lot. We did a lot of pranks.
yes. Soul Seeker said, "Can't wait to see y'all in Savannah. We can't
We
wait
can't wait
either."
either.
And then
Real quick, I got a request. Could you go get us some brisket and beef ribs and just put it in your
oh
suitcase?
yes,
Bring it back for us.
oh that
Texas,
Texas
y'all got some?
barbecue.
Yeah, best barbecue.
Mhm.
Okay, I'll stop.
Um,
Getting hungry. My belly growled. As soon as I said barbecue, I heard.
Miss Linda asked, "Do we know the name of the friend of Cheryl, the runaway that was murdered?" So, I'm sorry, you were gonna say. You answer first.
No, I wasn't gonna say anything.
Okay. Um, I don't know exactly if we got the name because Emily did come through. Um,
And Eve came through.
and Eve came through, but it didn't seem like we got an exact name from her. And I know, like, first listening to it, you're like, well, maybe it's Emily. But then we realized it was Emily who we've talked to before in Texas and Eve that we've talked to not far from that location that we're coming through. And they seem to kind of be helping a little bit. So I don't believe that we got her name, but we did confirm that Jane is
Either
Cheryl.
Cheryl. Yeah, I believe it was Cheryl.
Mm-hmm.
Cheryl.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Miss Sherry, right here right there.
Mm-hmm.
She's in here. She was telling me this story on there. She was telling me about how her name gets, like, people think, oh, it's got your name Sherry short for something. Did you read that comment?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a funny one.
Yes.
Cracking up. How you doing? I
Hi.
haven't seen you in a while.
I know it's good to see you on
Yeah,
here.
good to see you. Hope you're doing well.
Yes. But Miss Linda, we would love to get her name because it definitely seemed like they were together when this tragic event took place. And it almost seemed like Cheryl heard her friend pass because she had said she had heard for the scream for help. So it seemed like they were together, but then were kind of like separated, but both had passed. And it seemed like Cheryl's body was found in the river. Um, but I don't know if her friend's body's been found. And if it has, it's very likely another Jane Doe. And it could have been found in a different county that we were in because where Cheryl was found was on the county line in the
Mm-hmm.
Harpeth River. So she was on the line of Cheatham and Davidson County. So, and also in order not to get caught, it's very likely that they would have put one in one location and put one in another location. So it's very possible there is another Jane Doe out there in a nearby county or even just within the state or a nearby state that is her friend that we just don't realize is her.
She could have been found 30 years ago as a
Mm-hmm.
Jane Doe, and it just gets just kind of, lost.
Yes. Yes.
Isn't that interesting though? We were there to speak to her, and we felt just a pull to speak to her, and really, she was in peace the whole time, and she wanted us to speak to her friend.
Mm-hmm.
Like, isn't that just incredible that stuff like that happens? I can't wrap
Yeah.
my brain around it.
Yeah.
Um, it's wild.
Yeah.
Miss Mary Lou's leaving. See you later, Miss Mary.
Thank you for hanging out with
Thank,
us.
thank you. That's what that said, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mary Lou had to go. Um, let's see. Sherry said backing up the live has been going since 3. I guess we have been going for a while. I didn't realize what time it was.
Oh, cracking up
Um,
because they asked if how
yeah.
long we've been going.
Mm-hmm. So, Linda said, I'm sure that you're right. Maybe we get her name another day. I wonder if we could look through the Jane Doe project for her. Yeah,
Yeah.
we could try to see. But I did think it, like Josh was mentioning, was a beautiful thing that like we had gone there for Cheryl and like she knew that we had gone there for her, but she was in peace, but wanted to make sure her friend story got out and that she was also in peace because she was not resting peacefully.
Yeah.
And it's like there was attention on Cheryl's case because it had been covered by the local news. Unsolved Mysteries had covered it. And then there was like a follow up story, I believe, in 2014. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like her, even though they didn't know her name, like her story was being shared. But it's like her friend, we have no idea if her story is out there. We don't even know if she's reported as missing.
Yeah.
So it would be interesting to do some follow up with that.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Um, is Miss Tammy still in here? Miss Tammy, you here? Just raise your hand if you're in here.
I think she is. She didn't say she was leaving.
I was just thinking because we probably won't get to.
Yeah, she's here. She said, "Can't you just ask Cheryl? Can't we just ask Cheryl what her friend's name is?" So yeah,
Oh,
we'll
we
have to.
did in the video.
We did in the video and didn't get a clear
Couldn't get a
answer.
clear answer.
So we'll have to do some follow up with her.
And I will go ahead and just tell it since we won't get to. Probably won't be live since we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
be out of town.
Yeah.
So I was saying that we're with a special guest. So it was Miss Tammy.
Mm-hmm.
We were in Waverly, Tennessee, and we were hanging out with Miss Tammy. Got to do some filming with her, and
She said here.
there she is. And that I will say that the conversations while we were with her were
Mm-hmm.
just incredible.
Yes. Yes.
Only reason I bring that up is because I'm sitting here in my head thinking, well, we probably won't get to go live for a while until we get there.
Yeah. So you might want to mention it
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, so we have a few videos coming out that we filmed with Miss Tammy.
Mm-hmm.
The one that's going to be out next week, or this
Mm-hmm.
coming week, I guess.
Yeah, that's
Coming
coming
Thursday. Same situation. That's why I was thinking, like, how we got led by one spirit to help another spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Same situation. We were led to one spirit that wanted us to help not only her, but more than one spirit. That's all I'll say on that one.
Yeah.
But it's been happening a lot where we think we're going for something, speak to somebody, and it's like a whole nother event.
Yeah.
So
Miss Tammy said it was an amazing day.
yes, and wait, Miss Tammy, I haven't told you much. I'm gonna keep it a secret, but trust me, these responses are it's spot on, and it's gonna make you smile.
Yes.
And Blue too. Blue will smile. Your puppy, he'll smile.
Yes.
Some of it's about him. And Miss Tammy, by the way, is a very sweet lady, and we always enjoyed being around her.
Yes.
So, yeah.
I think we're caught up on questions. Let me just go back and double check.
Doesn't that pink wavy hand remind you of those little sticky things?
Yeah, the little rubbery sticky things.
Yeah. So boring being stuck over here. Well, come on over, Sarah.
Sarah was saying it's neat that we get to go to all these places.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like it's good because like Middle Tennessee where we filmed the last few videos. It's not too far away, so we can shoot down there. And then anytime we have to travel for work or anything like that, or visiting family, we always try to you know, wherever we're going, whatever we're doing. Usually traveling for work.
Mm-hmm.
It's about
Yes.
all we do is work anymore. But anytime we travel for that, we always try to film. Uh, and then if we're got to work somewhere where somebody's that we know is there, like Miss Soul Seeker,
Mm-hmm.
we try to link up. And
Yes.
like Texas, we have several supporters in Texas.
Yes, we do. I think Melissa's heading out. She said, "Good night, my delinquent, sending love and hugs." Thanks for hanging out with us, Melissa.
See you later, Miss Melissa.
Linda said, "I've been told that you are well known in the spirit realm. They know you will help, so they bring a friend event." So when you were saying like we've noticed a lot lately that like
Yeah.
they've been bringing other people that need help, she's saying that she's heard that we're well known there.
Oh, well, thank you for that. She said that before in the
Yes.
past. Thank you for that, Miss Linda.
And Krim said,
Oh, Krim, how you
yeah,
doing?
she said, "Hi everyone. Sorry I've been MIA. I'm planning on coming back more often."
Yeah, you know what? The other day I said we haven't seen Krim, and then I took a pigeon, right? I caught a pigeon and I tied a little letter, and I said, "Get this letter to Krim." So I'm assuming you got the letter. It was like 2 weeks ago. Takes a pigeon a little longer to fly. I'm just saying. It was good to see you, Krim.
Going along with what we're talking about how they like bring a friend for help.
Mm-hmm.
One video we didn't bring up was when we did 4th of July. We just kind of talked about like holiday traditions and stuff. But as we were doing that video, a storm was brewing around us. And both of us just kind of had sensed that like there was somebody nearby that needed our help. And as soon as we got done filming the 4th of July video, we both kind of looked at each other and said, "There's somebody here who needs help." And
Yeah.
there was thunder in the background. It wasn't lightning yet, but it was like getting darker and darker. So we said, "Okay, well, we'll stay as long as we can and see what they need." And so that video came out, right after 4th of July,
Yeah.
where somebody had like sought us out there who wasn't in peace. And so that was really neat that we were able to kind of stay through the storm and be able to help them. It did get to a point where it was like coming down more than cats and dogs, like coming down in buckets. So then we had
Horses and cows.
yeah, horses and cows. It was real bad. So we had to wrap up to save the equipment, but we did,
I was
stay.
literally hovering like this, y'all. I'm hovered over the equipment
Yes.
with my microphone, got the speaker box. Kelsey's over here. Her hair's growing up. She's frizzing. And I'm covering the thing like, okay, we gotta go. And I'm listening to the conversation and I'm thinking, okay, we gotta cut this off quick.
Yes, but we made sure that they were good and they were in peace before we left out of there. But we were literally dripping water because running from like under the tree to where the car was, we were like soaked as if we just stepped out of the shower because it had rained so hard. But that's just another example of somebody who they had said that a helper had brought them.
Yeah.
And they needed help, so someone had brought them for help, which was really neat.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you guys watch that one? What'd you think of that? Because that was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
That was incredible. And we literally just said we can't leave. We both looked at each other like, "Hey, we got to stay right now. Like,
Yes.
we can't go nowhere."
Yes.
We just felt like somebody was holding us there.
Miss Tammy had said, "Come back. The Mexican food is waiting." If y'all do go visit Miss Tammy, have her take you to the local Mexican restaurant. Phenomenal. That's all I have to say.
Don't be telling too many people, because that's gotta be our new spot, and then it'll be blowed up. Everybody, it'd be too full.
Oh,
Miss Tammy would be mad.
I still think about that place. It was so good.
Oh, that was a good place, Miss Tammy.
Yes.
I've seen some questions there.
I know. I'm getting to them. I was going back through. Krim said, "I received the pigeon message."
You got it. Good. I'm glad that pigeon listened, because he was stubborn.
Tara said, "Although according to the spirits, I'm both notorious and infamous." Let's see. So they had said horses and cows rolling on the floor.
Hey, that's when it's coming down.
Yes. Sarah said someone's piece is worth a bit of water. Um,
Yeah,
Sherry
definitely.
said, backing up, that was Mr. Orange Washington.
Who was Mr. Orange Washington?
Oh, I'm sorry. I read that wrong. I think she meant to say cracking up, but she said backing up because she was cracking up was asking, do you remember the name of the gentleman who had a name that was, can't remember, the boyfriend of killed because he had loved her?
Oh yeah,
So
Orange.
then they were saying Orange
And we
Washington.
just did that one. Go check if you haven't cracking up. Check that one out. That's actually the one that just came out last week.
Yeah.
So
And then Soul Seeker said, come to Kerrville. I'll treat you to the best barbecue in Texas.
yes, we definitely want to.
Yes.
Now though, I got your email and you, so we can connect a little better,
Yeah, a little bit
and we
quicker.
can get down there to see you, because
Yes.
that'll be a good time.
Yes.
And you'll be familiar with this because you're going to be in Savannah.
Yes. And then Cracking Up asked the question again, anywhere south, what was the name of the man? So Cracking Up, that was Mr. Orange Washington. So when we did our initial research on the servant girl annihilator, it was just the women who had popped up. And then after we had gotten back, we were just doing some follow-up research as we were editing and putting the video together. And we discovered that there was Mr. Washington, and he's not very well known. We kind of had to like really dig to find the information. So we're not sure why he's kind of not as well known, like why he's not included in the list of victims, like predominantly like the other ones. But once we did discover that he was a part of the tragedy that happened, we wanted to give him the same opportunity as the other women. So we said that when we were like at a park next or like had an opportunity next, that we would give him that same chance. So we did put it out there and let him know like we would like for him to come forward. And we went through the same 4 questions that we had asked the other women, but then we did go ahead and ask him a few additional things too, which was great because then Miss Gracie was there.
Yeah, and she
So,
confirmed that she's in peace.
mm-hmm.
And then whoever said, we think it was him. I was there when you prayed, or I seen you pray.
Mm-hmm.
And we did pray, peace over Gracie and all the ladies then. But we also said a prayer before we started, so we weren't sure of which one he was talking about. But
Yeah.
that's neat.
Yes.
Powerful.
Cracking Up said, I was so impressed with that session. It really blew my mind that he was there with you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a powerful one.
Yeah.
The whole time felt like a buddy. Like,
Mm-hmm.
did you like the part when he's like, "Yeah, I'm in peace, but since you're here,
Yeah.
we can do it."
Yeah, since you're here.
Yeah.
So, but we just wanted to make sure that we gave him the same respect as we did the other women and gave him a chance to be like recognized and to let his voice be heard.
And it seemed like he appreciated that.
Yes. Yeah. Now, do y'all like the victim stories that we do? Do y'all enjoy those storylines and enjoy like hearing their stories and hearing those conversations of what they have to say?
Yeah.
Cracking Up said, anywhere south, it was amazing that they knew you were explaining his story. And Miss Lori said, Josh and Kelsey, I'm so glad you did it. It was a beautiful video. Love came through very clearly. And then to my question that I'd asked if they enjoy those, they're saying yes, absolutely. I'll take anything you got, Kelsey. Well, I'm glad that y'all enjoy those because we feel like those are pretty special.
Yes.
Just because not like in their particular cases, a lot of the times they didn't, make that choice. Their life was just ended unexpectedly.
Yeah.
And so we want to make sure that they still have a voice, that they're still able to be heard. Because a lot of the times the individual who did that, they're the ones that are highlighted and they're the ones that people read about and remember a lot of the times. And we want to make sure that the victims, most importantly, are okay, but also that like whatever they have to say is still heard.
Yeah. And one thing too with the victims, like the cold cases.
Mm-hmm.
our main thing is just to make sure they're in peace and they can get their story out. We can't solve a crime. We can't solve a murder
Mm-hmm.
with a spirit box. I mean, they could tell us everything spot on, but there's
Yeah.
nothing we can do with it.
Yeah.
Just being honest. But the important part is the afterlife, like their
Mm-hmm.
peace. So we feel like that's a very important thing for us to do is to
Mm-hmm.
check on their peace, and that's why you don't see a lot of just random videos that we've been doing lately.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it seems like one conversation kind of leads you to another one, and then
Yes.
another one, and along the way, you run into spirits that are asking for help and
Mm-hmm.
for prayer and peace. It's like, okay, and then you just get stuck in the. It's just like just one after another.
Yes. Cracking Up said, "You are letting them know that their story matters and that they're cared about."
Yeah.
Most definitely. Um, Lazaria said, "Sadly, that's true. The system won't accept this evidence, even though it's probably very true."
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's part of the reason why we do ask like some questions about like what's known regarding the crime or like the crime scene, just to kind of validate like who we're talking to and like what had happened, but also to give them a chance to share like anything that was a part of that maybe they want to share their side of like what happened with that. So it's like we don't want to push too hard because we know that it's difficult and we don't want to like stir all of that up, but we still just want to give them the opportunity. If they have something to say about it, that they have that place to do it.
Yeah. Because you guys remember we did about 5 or 6 videos in a row
Mm-hmm.
with cold cases and victims
Yeah, that was last fall.
last fall. But the
Yeah.
thing was, we had a lot of people messaging us, emailing us,
Mm-hmm.
telling us we need to take this to this, we need to do this, and how come we don't try to, get the name of the killer, and you're like, well, you're talking 1930s,
Yeah.
talking 1940s, like that detective would laugh you out of the room
Mm-hmm.
if you brought and that's the thing is some of them know it's real, but they need physical, real evidence.
Yeah, with the way our judicial system is,
Yeah.
you have to have those hard facts. So.
Yeah. But that's one reason why we kind of leaned off of doing those. But the more we talked about it, we felt pulled, really
Mm-hmm.
pulled to do more of the cold case stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and that for the reason of peace, and that's it.
Yeah.
Just making sure they're in peace, and like some have told us, what's happened while they were alive on this side doesn't matter anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They're in eternal peace, eternal life, and it's all love and forgiveness, and
Yeah.
but as long as they're in peace, they're
Yeah.
not stuck.
Yes.
And those are the ones that are usually stuck. We've noticed, or those specifically seem
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of more females
Mm-hmm.
for us
Yeah.
as victims like that, and
Mm-hmm.
females. Now I say that, but we did do a male the other, a couple weeks ago. But
Yeah.
for the majority, it seems like a lot of young females are the ones that are stuck.
Mm-hmm.
That
Holding
we've
on.
been led to, yeah.
Sarah said, "See, that's another thing that makes what you do so genuine. You do your research. There's nothing like halfway about our videos."
Thank you.
And Miss Elizabeth said, "We appreciate what you do to help." And then Soul
Thank you.
Seeker said, "Can still be a touchy subject to them," which is very true. And Sarah said that they want to be acknowledged.
Yeah.
And then I think, okay, so I think that's all for that. And then Lazaria said, "I gave a spirit who was DR at Park a chance to read his obituary article and some others. I asked first if he wanted to. He lit the EMF up a lot. It was on GhostTube. He said interesting on the obituary one." And then Lazaria said, "I even let another spirit read her guest book on the memorial page in her 51-minute video. Again, I asked if they wanted to do this, and she lit the EMF a lot." Yeah, some of them do hold on more than others.
Yeah.
Um, Veronica said, "Love from Oklahoma. My cell is going to die. I will still watch on TV." Thanks for switching over.
Well, thank you, Veronica. We'll probably be on here for a little longer, and then
Oh,
we'll jump off of here.
yeah, that way we can all go get supper.
Yeah, can you see that? Well, wait, right? Is this? Oh, I better
Is
not
it
touch it.
Carolyn?
I don't know. I'm not allowed to touch. I'm not allowed to touch.
um, and then they said, "Please help the victims. They need you. It's important." Um, and then I think that's all for that. There was another question or something that was brought up. Tammy had brought this up. It was just a comment, not really a question, but she had said, it happens to Josh and Kelsey a lot. So just talking about like people wanting to come through, like asking for help.
Yeah.
They've proven that you do not have to have a certain occupant to speak with someone. Um, and they said, it's still cracking up responded, it still blows my mind. It makes me really think about spirits going where they have a desire to go. And that like they were also talking about how we don't necessarily have to be at that like final resting spot in order to have that conversation with them. Like we can
Yeah.
still kind of call them forward to have that conversation with us.
Well, real quick, one thing that's been expressed probably more than anything, besides the spirits letting us know that they need peace or they're in peace or asking for prayer, it's that they travel. Uh, they've told us that so many times. They
Yeah.
travel. We travel. We hear. We see. We travel, and that's incredible. So it's like they want us to know that, like, oh, I'm not just stuck here. I'm not just stuck in a cemetery.
Yeah.
They travel.
Yes. Miss Lori brought up the one with the little unknown girl and the Boy Scouts help to get the headstone
Mm-hmm.
for really broke my heart. Wasn't that in Texas? I think so. Very sad. That was in Texas. That was in Fredericksburg.
Yep.
Um, and she actually came through.
When we spoke to the orphan, opposed
Mhm.
to we did that not forgotten. It was thinking it was the orphan or something, but it was Willie.
Willie. And when we were talking with Willie, she had let us know like she's at peace now and she's okay. So that was beautiful. Like it just warms my heart in a way that I can't express into words when they tell us that they're not okay and that they need peace and they ask for prayer. And we give them that prayer, and then the fact that they come back, whether it's the next time we're filming, whether it's like a month later, 2 months later, but when they come back to tell us like I'm okay now, I'm in peace, it just warms my heart. It's such a beautiful thing.
It makes it all worth it.
Yes. Yes.
Because there's a lot that goes into all this,
Yeah.
Especially trying to edit and get it, take our time and get as many responses as we can. That's a lot, but it makes it worth it. Because
Yeah.
if we rushed through it, we wouldn't have heard that. We wouldn't have heard any of that.
Yeah.
We'd have just thought, oh, well, hopefully she got peace, or we heard she got peace, and that's it. Which is fine, because that's all it's about. We don't need confirmation. We're confident knowing that when we pray, if it's meant to be, that will be given to them.
Yeah.
So we don't need that, but the fact that they come in and tell us sometimes is means a lot.
Yes.
And I think they know that, right?
Yes.
I mean, who doesn't want to know that?
I know.
You pray for somebody, you hope that prayer gets to them, and you hope it all works out, and then they're like, oh yeah, you did, and I'm here, I'm in peace. Hey, we're good.
Yes.
It's like, wow.
Cracking Up said, I was so happy you did that for the child who I was sad about because he had no name on his headstone, talking about Willie. And then they did mention suppers. Sherry said, I told my hubby he'd have to wait a little longer for supper.
Oh.
And then Tara said, getting close to dinner soon. So, yes, we won't keep y'all for too much longer. And Miss Sarah, this was so kind of you to say. I've said it before, but I'll say it again. I would not have asked just anyone to try to speak to my boy, but these wonderful people.
Well, thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
And Bill said, yes, spirits do travel. They come in and out of my place all the time. Bill, are you talking about your home, that they're in and out of your home all the time?
Yeah. And Bill, you got a cat, right? A cat
Mm-hmm.
ball. I remember talking about cat balls with a
Yes.
cat.
Cracking Up
That was a
said,
random question. Bill, you got a cat?
Cracking Up said, I love it when they tell you that you are bringing them light. And Bill said, yes. So,
Okay.
yes to cat, and yes, I'm assuming to the home too.
Bringing
So,
them light. Yeah,
yeah,
that's amazing to hear. It
yes.
is. It really is. Josh and Kelsey, y'all need to know the prayers are felt and truly appreciated. Yeah, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
I was scrolling back through just to make sure I didn't miss any questions.
You know what?
And Bill said yes to cat and to cat ball.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I don't know why I asked you that, Bill. It just popped in my head. I'm like, yeah, I have trouble. I'm everywhere, Bill. Uh, but one thing I was going to say about the prayer that she just mentioned, it's incredible to know that, to see it, because a lot of people pray, right? You pray, but then when you start seeing like what you prayed, and it's actually, you're hearing it from the spirits, and you're actually hearing that it worked. Like they're in peace now, and they thank you for that. Showing prayer, I should say. I think showing prayer is the best way to spread prayer, to show just how real and powerful it can be. It's just by praying and then allowing the spirits to kind of put it out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That makes sense.
That makes sense. Cracking Up said, when the spirits tell you how much you've helped them after praying for them, it's fantastic. That's why they trust and love you both. They know how loving and respectful you are.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Yes.
Definitely.
So we are all caught up on questions and all the comments.
Thank you, Miss Lori. Or Miss Linda, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was Miss Linda.
I'm looking at Linda and I say Lori. What's wrong with you? Then Marcia.
She has to go.
We're going to take off too, Marcia. What'd she say?
Sorry, I have to go. Thank you, everyone here. See you soon.
Marcia, hey, and thanks again for sharing your book with us.
Yes.
You're very talented. Y'all go check out that book. I'm gonna throw it up one more time. If you got children, or you know children, or you just want to read a children's book about happy, positive spirits here.
Yes.
Nothing scary about this. Marcia's very talented.
Yes.
All right, you can go to Amazon and get that. It's
Yes.
only $9. I mean, $9. That's cheaper than that eyeshadow you got on.
I actually don't have any eyeshadow on today, but true statement.
Well, it still cost me $9 either way. All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much for just hanging out with us.
Yeah, for catching up. We know it's been a busy summer, so we appreciate y'all spending the afternoon with us just to talk about it.
And who knows, next time we go live, it might look a little greener.
Yeah, we might be on the other side of the pond, as they say.
And hopefully she don't leave me there and I can come back home. I mean, Ireland's great and all, but eventually I need, some barbecue and some grits and all that. So they don't have all that over there. I'm just saying.
They do have biscuits, but they're more
They
like,
ain't got no barbecue.
they have more like digestive biscuits or scones, which are still good.
They ain't got biscuits and gravy.
No biscuits and gravy.
All right, bless y'all. Thank you so much. And hey, we'll see you Thursday.
Yes.
All right.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. All right, now it's the fun part. How do I turn it off here?